Okay, well, we're here with Danny, Scott, Kimberly, and Glenn. How's everybody doing today?
Great.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with some mind reading. Everybody? Ooh. I'll tell you what, Kimberly, you know what this is? This is a vichyssoise. Yeah, that's French. Yeah, French for handkerchief. Well, it's also French for a cold potato soup, but we're not going to get into that, okay? Well, actually, it is a handkerchief, and underneath the handkerchief, I have a picture frame. Kimberly, I'm going to give you one guess what's in the picture frame.
A picture.
Hey, cool. She got it. Absolutely right. Let's give her a little applause for that, I think. There you go. Okay. Well, actually, Kimberly, there is a picture of a famous person inside of that picture frame. I'm going to, on the count of 3, I want you to name anybody that comes to your mind, and they will be in the picture frame. Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. You don't want to change your mind, do you?
No.
Please? No, just kidding. You know, well, if Mel Gibson was in there, it'd be a miracle. You know what I'm saying? Well, Kimberly, I'm just joshing because, believe it or not, amazing as it may seem, it is a picture of Mel Gibson when he was a baby. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that great? Sympathy applause. Thank you. Okay, I've heard that before. I'll tell you what. Well, you know, Glenn, that wasn't magic. No, that was a bad joke. That's what that was, okay? But now we're going to do some magic. This guy's waiting over here. Yeah, there we go. You know, a lot of people say, Bobby, you don't play with the full deck. And in this case, they're absolutely right, because all we're going to use is 9 cards. And as you can see, what is that? That is an 8. As a matter of fact, Kimberly, we're going to use 1, 2, 3, 4 8s. Danielle, we also have a king. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more 8s. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 8s onto the mat. I'm also going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 8s, put them face up on the mat, and of course we have what, everybody?
King.
The king. Now watch something amazing. We're going to take this king, touch it to this 8, the 8 turns into a king.
Wow.
Ooh, we're going to take that. We're going to try that again. Let's see if we can do it a second time. And yes, we did. Look at that. I'll tell you, they say a magician should never repeat a trick twice, but now we're going to do it 3 times. And there it is. Look at that. And one last time. Take it. And there it is. 4 8s turning into 4 kings. But I know what you're wondering. You're saying, Bobby, what about the 8s on the bottom?
Bobby, what about the 8s on the bottom?
That was a beautiful thing. Okay, we're going to take that. We're going to sandwich that 8 in between these 2 kings. We're going to take it, just snap my fingers, and we have 1 king front and back, 2 kings front and back, and 3 kings front and back. Let's try it again. Oh, you think that was amazing? Watch it this time. Here we go. Because we're going to take it, snap it, 1 king, front and back, 2 kings, front and back, 3 kings, front and back. Let's try it again. We're going to take that. Here we go. And 1 king, front and back, 2 kings, front and back, 3 kings, front and back, and 1 Last time, your last chance to catch me, Scott. Here we go. We're going to take that. We're going to put all of those together. One last time. 1 king front and back, 2 kings front and back, 3 kings, and that is magic. Okay, well, did everybody have a great time?
Yes.
Okay, well, because everybody was such a good audience, I'm going to give each of you an official Bobby J. Gallo Fan Club membership card for helping me out today, and, of course, a quarter. Okay, there you go. Okay, and give yourselves a big round of applause. Come on, help me out today. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Back here with Danny and Scott. How you guys doing?
Great.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to do this trick with 2 pieces of rope. Scott, I want you to check those out and make sure it's a piece of rope, actually a couple pieces of rope you could find in any magic shop, hardware store. And my magic wand. Danny, I want you to check that out. There you go. Now, Scott, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take those pieces of rope from you. And Danny, I'd like you to give me back that magic wand, which you've just done. Thank you very eloquently, might I add. And can you hold it out by the ends, just like that, Scott? Okay, great. Now we're going to take these 2 pieces of rope, and I'm going to put them right over the magic wand, okay? Hey, the guy looks like he's skiing. Check it out. There you go. We're going to give him points for style. What do you say? Well, we're going to take those, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie those 2 pieces of rope right onto the wand. Now, Scott, you can let go of that for a second so we can show everybody at home that the wand is actually tied onto the pieces of rope. And I'd like you to take the end of that, Danny. I'd like you to take the end of this, Scott, and pull that tight. There we go, and lower it just a little bit, because what I'm going to do is take a very large handkerchief. What color, everybody?
Purple.
Purple. That's good. That's absolutely right. We're going to take that. We're going to roll that up, and I'm going to tie that into 2 knots, a double knot right around the piece of rope. There we go. I'll tell you what, we're going to do that again with another one. We're going to take that, and we're going to tie that over here. We're going to take that, tie that in a nice double knot right around the ropes, just like that. Now, Scott, you think you can handle what I just did? I know you can. Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm going to come right over here. I'm going to get this handkerchief right over here, and I'm going to show everybody at home. It reminds me of my frat days. You know what I'm saying? Jerry, oh, forget it. Okay, Scott, I'll tell you what. You take that, tie that with a double knot right over there on that piece of rope. But don't tie it too tight. You know why? I want the trick to work. Okay, there we go. Take it, and I want you to tie that real good. Great. Now, as you'll notice, there's another one right over there. Scott, you could take that. You could tie that right over here. There we go. Take that. Wow, check it out. Look at those motor skills. All right, man. Take that and tie that with a double knot right over there. There we go. Not too tight. Sure. Okay. Scott, I want you to come right back over here, and I want you to grab those 2 pieces of rope and pull them tight. And I'm going to put a little spell over the handkerchiefs. And we tied those on good, right? You saw me. You saw me tie those purple ones on. So what I'm going to do is just take this and everybody go, Om. We're just going to slide that back and forth, and believe it or not, it penetrates right through the rope. And is the knot still tied in there, Scott? Still tied in there. Still tied in there, Danny? Still tightly tied. We're going to take that, drop that back on the table. Let's try it with this one. Here we go. And still tied in there. There you go. Danny, still tied in there. Once again, still tightly tied. But Scott, you know, I'm a magician. Really, I am a magician, Dan. What about the ones that you tied? You know, since I'm into togetherness, I'm going to take those, I'm going to put those together. I'm also going to take one end from you, keep holding on to the other ends, and I'm going to tie those remaining silks on with another overhand knot, so they're really on there good now, huh? Okay, take that end, Scott, take that end, Danny, and pull that tight. On the count of 3, tell those silks to come off, and you're going to see something you're not going to believe. 1, 2, 3! It didn't come off, did it? Well, you know why. we forgot to blow on it. See, if you just blow like that, as you can see, this one comes off with your knot still tightly tied in it. And Danny, as you can see, his knots are still tied in that. You can check that out. There you have it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Okay, we're back. This is Jonathan Brandt again. A lot of you at home might be wondering what I'm doing with this nice new crystal ball here on my little table. Well, it belongs to our next guest. He's performed from coast to coast. He just did a week in Las Vegas. And I can best describe him as a unique personality in the variety entertainment business. Please welcome Bobby J. Gallo. Bobby.
How you doing, Jonathan? Great to be here.
Great, great. Now, I'm sure the first question a lot of people have for you is probably how...
Excuse me, Jonathan. You know, I hate to interrupt you, but would it be okay if I got a picture of you for my scrapbook before we got into our discussion?
A picture for the scrapbook?
Yeah.
Sure, you're not going to put it on in a mail post office
No,
somewhere,
no,
right?
wouldn't dream of doing that.
Okay.
Okay, you know, since we're going to do this, would you mind posing with this jumbo Bobby J. Gallo fan club membership card?
And I am a jumbo fan of Bobby J. Gallo's. There, how's this?
Well, I'll tell you what, Jonathan, can you flip it around? You'll notice on the other side it's completely blank.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of like my savings account here. All zeros.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's leave it just like that. Yes, I'm going to take the picture with the blank side facing me, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. Okay, here we go. Fantastic, and what we're going to do is we're just going to place that picture right here against the crystal ball and let that develop, and we'll see what happens a little bit later, see how it comes out.
Well, great, we'll see. Now, Bobby, you perform in colleges, clubs, corporate venues. Do people ask you if you ever have to change your act or you know, alter your material at all from one venue to the next?
Well, absolutely. As I stated before, or as you stated rather, before the interview started, I just got back from a week in Vegas, and now I'm currently touring the corporate and college markets, entertaining student bodies with comedy magic, as well as promoting products utilizing magic at industrial trade shows.
Oh, it's kind of like a gigantic entertainment infomercial.
Yeah, very much, yeah.
Now, when I think of a magician, I'm sure a lot of people at home do too, when I think of magic, I think of sawing a woman in half, making the Statue of Liberty disappear. Big shows, you've just done Las Vegas. How do you sell yourself against those quote-unquote big guns?
Well, first of all, I wonder who they could be. Well, every magical entertainer has their own way of creating wonder with their audience. The talented entertainers that I believe you were alluding to do it with grand illusion, the big stuff. In a Bobby J. Gallo show, the emphasis is on audience interaction. I like to get people up on stage, share the spotlight with them so that they can do some magic and help share in the experience.
Well, I'd love to do some magic with Bobby right now, and he's going to show us a little trick, so why don't you show me some of your stuff?
Oh, be happy to. Jonathan, I just happen to have here a deck of cards. That's right. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let you look at them. As you can see, they are all mixed and different.
Okay. Yes, it does seem to be a regular deck of cards.
And pre-shuffled to save you the trouble.
Well, thank you. We'll show our viewers at home. We've got a regular deck of cards here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jonathan, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to riffle through the cards with my thumb. You just tell me to stop at any point, and that will be your selected card. Fair enough?
Fair.
Sounds good to me, too. Okay, here we go.
Okay, stop.
Right there. Okay, Jonathan, I'd like you to take the card where you told me to stop and show our viewing audience.
Well, Judge...
It doesn't matter if I say